Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am doing a very quick Christmas update, that's a tongue twister, to let you know what is going on the channel for the next 2 weeks. And the reason being is there's a couple of things that I'm going to try to get done that I haven't managed to get done yet. Such as I've got things that I have made promises on that I have not quite gotten finished yet or worked all the kinks out of yet. A lot of those having to do with Patreon. If you're interested in Patreon and what all of that entails, there'll be a link down in the description, but I'm not going to get into that right now. Just suffice it to say that there's a lot of stuff going on in the background that I have to take care of during the holiday season. And of course the holiday season is kind of a messy season anyway. But that's neither here nor there. I am going to stop Empyrean until the 31st. The 31st is when the next episode is going to come out. And the reason being, and the reason I picked that one is because there's been updates and things that I really don't understand about the game that I kind of need to read up on or watch some videos on because I don't know how to do them properly. And the last thing I want to do is take Serenity up and break her on her main voyage. So, I'm going to take this time to get done with some of the stuff going on in the background, and I'm going to do some studying on how to make sure that Serenity is properly flight-worthy, I guess would be the proper... Let's just make sure she doesn't crash. And I need to save a blueprint, just in case. But that is for Empyrean. As far as 7 Days to Die, the updates are as follows. I'm going to continue on with that series as normal, and for those who managed to catch the quick glimpse of the 7 Days to Die live stream, I put out a message on my message board. I think it worked properly. It's a new feature thing that they just opened up on my stuff. But I'm going to try and live stream 7 Days to Die, and I have put out a post to ask what kind of live stream you would like to see, and so far from what I can tell, 30%, no, out of 30 it was like 57% or something that said that they wanted to see the Darkness Falls mod, so I'm going to try and see what it takes to do the Darkness Falls mod. I've already got the launcher, so I've got that step ready, but I don't know what else I need. And I need to make sure I set it up right, because I don't want it crashing my game. My system already has a hard time playing 7 Days to Die. I don't know what it's going to do whenever I start adding stuff to it. So aside from those two games, I have got a couple of other games that I'm going to try and fit in, because I've got, let's see, 3 random games, basically. It's 3 random games, but I've been waiting on 3 games that were recommended as far as demos of horror games, and I finally have 3, so I can finally put those up. I'm going to try and get those done today. And I've got... I'm trying to remember what else is on the back burner. I had someone asking me about Raft, and it's been a long time since I've played Raft, back when... I don't know, it was on itch.io when it first came out, and there weren't even updates for like lanterns and stuff like that, so I haven't touched it in a long time. But it's on Steam now, and there are supposed to be updates to the actual storyline, so I'm actually very interested in seeing what kind of story they choose for that game. So I'm going to give that one a go. I don't know how it's going to go, because the grind at the beginning is so real. Unless it's changed recently, it takes a long time to be able to get self-sufficient enough to be able to focus on any kind of story, anything. I'm not sure how that's going to go. There may only be a couple of episodes. We'll just see. Just kind of like a test of the game to see how it goes. Because I did have somebody asking me about that. Oh yeah, Fallout 4. Fallout 4, I have, just as a quick update, because I know not a lot of people watch Fallout 4 anymore, especially the building and stuff like that. But I am working in a modded location using vanilla assets and vanilla building techniques. I have no mods that help with or in any way impede any type of building anything. I also don't have anything that adds anything into the vanilla builds. So, I am in a modded location because a mod author asked me to check the location to see how building was. And I am building in that, and after I get done with that, I'm going to move over to a vanilla build area, build there for a series. I'm not sure what I would call this, whatever it is I'm doing. And then I'm going to go back to the modded location, the second part of that mod, and do that mod series. Still using vanilla techniques and stuff. It's basically to test the 2 areas against the vanilla building techniques, whether or not all those techniques work in that area. So I guess people will know if they want to run a mod on, say, a console, because consoles can't hold very many mods at one time anyway. They can just run that, and they will have the modded location, but all the vanilla techniques will work. So that's kind of the reason why I'm doing that. And I think... let's see, I'm sitting here looking at my desktop to see if there's anything else that I needed to say anything about. There's a couple of games I want to check out the updates on. But other than that, the only really big news is I'm using Streamlabs now. So over the course of like the next couple of weeks, I might pop in on the channel and do, I don't know, a live stream here or there. They may not even be very long, just to kind of test out whenever I learn a new feature or find something new, or just to make sure I'm doing something right. I might go on and do a live stream, let it test for a while, make sure the bandwidth shows up properly, make sure I'm labeling it properly, and that at the end it still looks, you know, nice. My videos are not very high quality anyway. I don't have good lighting at all. My microphone leaves something to be desired, and my the fans inside my computer decide to make an appearance in every single video I do, which gets pointed out a lot. I am working on that. I'm trying to get a water-cooled system for my computer. That's the only thing I can think of to fix it. And I don't trust myself to actually install it, so it's something to have to be installed by somebody else. But that's neither here nor there. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and a lot of which I am doing to make sure I can fulfill promises that I have made to people, either via email with these demos that I've said I will take a look at, or via a Patreon. Whenever I've told people, if you become this Patreon, you'll get this. I need to make sure that I have all of that stuff set up and ready to go, because I do have people on Patreon, and I'm trying to get all the kinks worked out, and I feel bad because they're already there. And I don't have everything worked out because I just never actually thought I would get patrons. It's an odd feeling, and I do appreciate it. I'm just gonna have to figure some stuff out. But most of the stuff has been worked out. There's just a couple of little odds and ends and things that are not quite working properly that need some figuring out, and I need time to be able to figure that out. And let's see, the 7 Days to Die server, people keep asking me if I play with the public, and I've got a group of friends that I play with, and I'm making a Patreon server. Like I explained before, the reason why it's a Patreon server is because I don't want people getting in there and basically antagonizing everybody on the server. If you can get in there and you have no claim on the server, like you just popped in for a random time, you could go in there and just explode everybody's stuff and then leave again. And I want everybody to have a good experience. So it's a Patreon only, which means you are actually buying in to the server, so to speak. And since you are invested in the server, because that investment is going to go back to the person who is actually covering the server and anybody who offers to moderate the server. I have a couple of people I'm going to ask to moderate the server because I won't always be on there. But that's going to go into paying them for their time and making sure that everybody's got what they need, that there aren't some glitches, that the server doesn't need restarting, and things like that, just to basically moderate, make sure nobody's doing anything absolutely crazy. That's what that money is going to go towards. Plus, I'm probably going to need a moderator for Discord. I don't know. That might be something else I need to look at, just in case there's anything stupid going on in the Discord channel. I don't want people to get on there and not have a good time because of one individual or something like that. So I have to consider that whenever I set the Patreon price at the price that I did. It might lower later on after more people join, just because then, since more people are joining, less per person, so I can still pay the people who are moderating for me. But as far as getting into a public play and getting on other people's servers, it would probably be very rare that I would be able to do that. I do have a job that I do other than this. I know it's odd. There are a lot of people who are like, oh, she's just on here doing this. Why can't she fix that? Why doesn't she have time to do this? Why isn't she on more live streams? I have a job. This doesn't pay for anything. Patreon nor YouTube pays for any of my stuff, really. Occasionally Patreon is well enough stocked where I'll get an additional game, and it's usually one that people in either a comment or something like that are asking about. So I invest that back towards what people are asking to see on the channel. It's not really actually paying for any of my bills. It's not paying for more computer components or anything else like that. You are more than welcome, if you're feeling generous this holiday season, to jump on there and help with that, but I don't have a way of taking care of that stuff quickly. That is it. It's a very quick update, and I know it just sounds like I did like a huge push for Patreon. That's not what I meant. There is one thing that I would like to ask, and it's a huge ask, and not an ask a whole lot of people can do. If you have a social media of any sort, I'm not asking you to subscribe to me, that's not what this is. I am asking you to take the video of Empyrean where I brought Serenity in and put it out on the net any way that you can. Share it, tweet it, at people with it. I would love, absolutely love, for someone from the original cast of Firefly or in the movie Serenity. Now, it's pretty much all the same people. There's a couple of people who were in Firefly that didn't show up in Serenity during the whole series, obviously, but I would love to have them react to that ship. That would be absolutely freaking amazing for that mod author and his family to have someone from that series, or even the guy that directed it. I'm not sure that he would do a reaction of any sort, but to have them react to seeing his ship. Very big fans of the show. I think that would be absolutely priceless. That's just me. That would be amazing, because for those of you who have not seen it, that had to have taken an amazing amount of work. And for someone to see that during the holidays, that having someone from the original crew or whatever to actually reacting to seeing it would be absolutely priceless for those people. They are amazing. I don't know how that design was done. Superb. So that is my only request during the holiday, is that you get on every and all social medias that you have and just reshare that thing until somebody from the cast finds that video and either tweets back at it or something like that, and then everybody retweet or whatever the reaction so we can get it to the original mod author. His name is Malcolm Reynolds. He's on Steam Workshop. So if anybody finds that, if anybody can get that through, send it 5,000 different ways. I would love that for that family. Those guys are awesome. I think that's it. I didn't really have anything else on my list, so I'm going to cut it here before I talk for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. If there's anything else in the list of things that I have been playing recently that you are curious about, I know somebody was asking me about Skyrim, that's on the list for upcoming this year, because I need to get back into it and fix the mods. The game updated when it wasn't supposed to and broke some of my mods, so I don't know if the game's going to run properly unless all the mods have updated, and I haven't checked to see if they have. So that's on my to-do list, but not during the holiday season, so it's going to be after the new year before that one comes back as well. I think is that it? Oh, if you have any tips, tricks, anything else like that for Streamlabs, I'm running that. It's a new thing. It seemed to be working better with my computer than OBS did. It doesn't seem to actually tax my computer as much as OBS did. I'm not sure why. It seems to have a lot more features, but I think it's specifically designed to use up less for people who stream. But if you know of anybody who does a great tutorial on how to use Streamlabs, I would love to have, if you could link the video down in the description and I will find it, even if for some reason or another YouTube spams it, I will find it. But I am trying with Streamlabs to start streaming, and that series is going to start up at some point as soon as I can make sure my computer can handle it. Yeah, that's it. Do want to do a special thanks to Maximus D, I guess, who was actually the one who was handling a whole lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff for me, and been working rear ends off getting certain things running, and I don't want them to think that I have been taking it for granted. I do very much greatly appreciate all the work you're putting into the thing that you're working on. Anyway, I will end it here. This is going to be an interesting holiday season. I will see y'all next time. You have a wonderful day, a wonderful night, and you stay shiny.